Hey guys, Hell in a Cell 2012. First thing I noticed about the show that it was in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of Goldberg, where he won his first ever WCW championship. So immediately I was thinking to myself, wow, is this a coincidence, or are they actually setting up a Goldberg-esque title win? I thought this was pretty damn good pay-per-view. The first match on the card was Alberto Del Rio versus fucking Randy Orton, the guy with absolutely no charisma anymore. I thought this was a pretty decent match. Alberto Del Rio, in my opinion, should have gotten the win. It would have made him look like a stronger heel, but at the same time, Orton's alright. It was a decent match, quite entertaining. Probably shouldn't have been the first match of the card, but it was a nice way to get things started. I quite enjoyed it. Second one was Team Hell No versus Rhode Scholars. I like this feud. I think that it was actually probably a good idea to have the guys retain. I didn't like that this match was a disqualification. I kind of thought that was it didn't need to be. They could have finished it some other way, but at the same time, probably a good idea that they're gonna continue this feud because I think both groups have got quite good charisma with each other. Next, we got Miz versus Kofi Kingston. Now we've seen this match 3 times in the last week, even before tonight, so I kind of thought that was a little bit bullshit. Like, I think both guys are really good athletes. I do really like Kofi Kingston. I think that he should have won the belt tonight instead of a main event. I see a future with him if he puts on a bit of muscle. He looks good. Miz, what the fuck has gone wrong with him? Like, I don't understand the WWE. Last year he's main eventing WrestleMania, and now he's losing the Intercontinental Championship. I think people need to fucking get their booking in order. It doesn't really make much sense, but this was okay. It was not actually the best match that they've had over the last few days, so in a way I was actually rather disappointed with this match. Obviously Kofi Kingston retaining, kind of cool with the foot thing coming off and all that, but yeah, just a bit blah, not really too much interest. Next we got Antonio Cesaro, Justin Gabriel. Again, we saw this match on Raw last week where Justin Gabriel won it, which I don't really understand what the point of that was. Today he was easily beaten. Cesaro I do really like a lot. I like his taking the piss out of American culture. I know some people say it's very cliche, but to me it always makes me laugh. Being from Europe, so it's kind of fun. Although I didn't really appreciate his commentary in German. I kind of thought it was a bit stupid because nobody understands what the hell he's saying. And yeah, it was just a squash match, which was a bit of a shame because I quite like Justin Gabriel, but and I think Cesaro could do so much better. I think that the WWE needs to stop all these kind of fucking squash matches and actually have some competition between the two participants in the ring. Next, we've got Rey and Sin Cara versus whatchamacallit, the fucking primetime players, Mo. Millions of dollars, motherfucker! I thought this was quite entertaining. I really like the primetime players. I think they're quite humorous. Rey and Sin Cara are pretty decent. This was an okay match. Obviously, Sin Cara botching again, nearly breaking his fucking neck. Well, that was quite entertaining. A bit of a kind of nothing match. Could have been hyped up better. But yeah, it was alright. To be honest, I've got to say the mid card of this pay-per-view was pretty average. It could have been a lot better, but it wasn't bad by an extent, but just kind of shitty really, and boring and okay, yeah, that's how it goes. Next we've got a decent match, Big Show versus Sheamus. I really like this match. I'm half Irish, so I should really like Sheamus, but I just don't. I'm just not buying his kind of crap and just winning all the matches all the time. I think it really harms faces that they win matches so easily. I think a great example of this is Brodus Clay, a guy who I actually kind of rated, but it all becomes so boring, him just winning every single match, blah blah blah. Now no one really gives a shit about him, and I think this is exactly what happened to Sheamus. So I think it was actually a very good decision, him losing the belt tonight. It was a great match. Very storytelling and physical. It wasn't very technical. Kind of reminded me a bit like a Mick Foley match. Do you know what I mean? Just lots of psychology and stuff like that. Good stuff. A few counters and everything. Big Show kicking out of the bro kick. Sheamus kicking out of the punch, which in my opinion is just such a lame move, a fucking punch. Why doesn't the Big Show just the first thing he does in the match just try and hit that fucking thing? It's just a bit lame really. But again, it was a good booking decision. I think it will help Sheamus in the long run. Perhaps now he can get involved with the WWE title. That might be quite a good idea. Maybe not. Maybe prolong this feud. I don't mind it. I like it. I'm quite happy Big Show won. I thought it was kind of weird them showing Dolph Ziggler and then not doing anything with that. And if they were going to do something with Dolph Ziggler at that night, why did they show him just before the match, taking any element of surprise away from it? So I thought that was a bit random. Yeah, good match, and this will help Sheamus, because I think people are getting a bit sick and tired of him just holding onto the belt without any challenges, and good for the Big Show. Next, we got the women's match, which I just don't care about. I'm sorry, I just think that the women's wrestling now is so bullshit. Divas, you know, whatever the fuck, boring shit, blah blah. Let's move on to the main event. Ryback. Wow, like a lot of people, myself included, think this is way too soon for Ryback. He definitely should not have won the match, but you know what? Like, it's fucking interesting. Like, for the first time, this pay-per-view, it's the first time in about a year and a half that I actually did not know what the fuck was going to go down. Probably since Money in the Bank 2011 was I really just not knowing what they were going to do, and I think that's a really good thing. And you know, obviously Ryback didn't win the match, but I think it was really good. And again, this is the problem with this stupid Hell in a Cell, TLC, you know, Extreme Rules kind of thing. The WWE, this match should never have been Hell in a Cell. It should have just been a normal match. CM Punk could have gotten the disqualification, so Ryback doesn't lose his losing streak, you know, which he lost tonight, unfortunately. But at the same time, like, you know, forget this losing streak shit. He's not Goldberg. Plenty of the best WWE champions of all time lost plenty of matches before they won the belt. So actually, this match was quite entertaining. And first thing I noticed, as soon as I saw that young referee guy in the ring, I was like, alright, something's going to happen now. When I first saw him, I think earlier on this month after the Night of Champions match, I was like, God, I've never seen this referee before. He looks quite young. He looks like he might be able to take a bump. Probably an actual professional wrestler just getting in the referee suit. So as soon as I saw him, I was thinking, yeah, this isn't going to be a clean match, which I'm glad it wasn't. Obviously, you know, Hell in a Cell is not really that good anymore because of the PG era, but I actually thought this match was good. I actually think it was a really good decision, giving Punk a lot of offensive. I think it would have made no sense whatsoever that the WWE Champion, who's held the belt for 350 days, just gets in the ring with Ryback, who's been against jobbers for the past few months, and just gets his ass kicked. That would have been fucking stupid. So it was a good decision having CM Punk get some offense in, and I thought Ryback actually looked really good. When he came out, he looked the fucking part, and I was looking forward to it. So in a way, I have to say, like, for once in a long goddamn time, I think the WWE booked this event well, and I think they actually did the right thing. Having, I think the match could have gone on a little bit longer. I was a bit disappointed it was quite short. It was relatively violent. Obviously, you get the fake referee dude, whatever the hell we're going to find out tomorrow night Raw, coming in and getting Ryback in the nuts. That was kind of funny, and then a really fast pinfall. It was a good way to do it. Obviously, unfortunately, because it was Hell in a Cell, you don't have no DQ. There wasn't really much leeway, but I think WWE actually did that quite intelligently. I might have had, like, Cena come in and try and hit Punk with a chair and accidentally hit Ryback. That might have been kind of cool, but in a way, this was the best match for both candidates, because I don't think Punk should be buried. Punk should be the star of the WWE in the future. He probably should be a face again, even though I like him being a heel. And Ryback didn't look too bad, and this, in my opinion, is the best thing for Ryback, because now it's all about the future and what's going to happen next. If they gave him the title now, a lot of his kind of, you know, spirit would have died out tonight. So I thought it was a really good idea that this was on the disqualification. And the ending was goddamn cool too, when they left the ring and they climbed up the freaking huge cell. I actually don't like that they made the cells bigger, because now there's like a big metal bit in the middle of the cell that kind of blocks the view when you're watching the match. But because this thing was so huge, like no one ever goes on top anymore. But they did tonight, and I thought that was really epic. And I'm a little bit afraid of heights, I have to say. And God, one of those guys slipped. They've been some big shit. So fucking hell yeah, that was really cool, going on top of the cell and giving us CM Punk the shell shock at the end of it. Really liked it. Everyone screaming, feed me more, feed me more. And this, in my opinion, was, like, again, for the first time in a long time, just a very well booked main event. I don't think the pay-per-view was particularly anything special apart from the two championship matches, but in terms of like my intrigue and me wanting to watch Raw tomorrow and the months leading up to WrestleMania, I think that the WWE got an A star on this. I thought it was probably only a 7.5 out of 10 pay-per-view, but I did like it and it was good stuff. And in my opinion, the way things should go right now is next pay-per-view we get a triple threat: John Cena, Ryback and Punk. Have Cena beat Punk, win the belt, even though I don't like Cena, but it would probably do well to get Rock versus Cena at a Royal Rumble and not fucking WrestleMania, because I don't want to see that match 2 times in a bloody row. You can then have at TLC Punk versus Ryback, Cena doing some bullshit. Royal Rumble, Cena Rock, have Punk interfere and cost Rock the belt. Cena retains it, and then in the Royal Rumble you can have both Punk and Ryback in like the last 2, maybe have Ryback win it, and then at WrestleMania you could have Punk versus The Rock because he interfered, perhaps main eventing, or you could have John Cena versus Ryback in a WWE Championship. John Cena defending, in my opinion, Ryback winning it, and a kind of passing the guard from one face to the new face of the future. And hopefully tonight was just a little part of that, and yeah, it was a pretty damn entertaining pay-per-view, and more of the same please, more interesting booking for once. Good shit. Like, comment and subscribe, motherfuckers. Yeah!